Have you ever woken up and immediately felt heavy? Like before your feet even touch the floor, your mind is already racing with worries, problems, and everything that could go wrong today? Maybe you wake up thinking about bills, maybe about deadlines, maybe about arguments from yesterday that still sting. And before you even start your day, you already feel defeated. If that sounds familiar, if your mornings feel like waking up to a battlefield instead of a gift, then this story is for you. Because once there was a man who woke up angry at the world every single day, until one simple practice, just 5 minutes every morning, changed everything. Not just his mornings, his entire life. Stay with me until the end. In a bustling city where buildings reached toward the sky and people rushed through life like water through cracks, there lived a 35-year-old man named Daniel. Daniel had what most people would call a good life. A stable job as an accountant, a decent apartment, enough money to pay bills. On paper, he had no reason to complain. But every single morning, Daniel woke up miserable. The moment his alarm rang, his first thought wasn't gratitude for a new day. It was dread, another Monday. More work I don't want to do. More traffic, more stress, more of the same. He would lie in bed for 10 minutes, scrolling through his phone, looking at news that made him angry and social media posts that made him feel inadequate. Other people's vacations, other people's success, other people's happiness. By the time he dragged himself out of bed, his mood was already dark. At breakfast, he wouldn't taste his food. His mind was already at the office, dreading meetings, anticipating problems, replaying yesterday's frustrations. His girlfriend, Sarah, noticed. Over coffee one morning, she said gently, "Daniel, when was the last time you actually enjoyed waking up?" He stared at his coffee cup, unable to remember. "I don't know," he finally said. "Maybe when I was a kid, before life got complicated." Sarah reached across the table. "Daniel, you're alive, you're healthy, you have people who love you, but you act like life is a punishment instead of a gift." Her words stung because they were true. But Daniel didn't know how to change. The negativity felt automatic, like breathing. He would tell himself, "I'll be happy when I get promoted, when I have more money, when things are easier." But when never came. The heaviness grew. Daniel's sleep got worse. His relationships suffered. Even good news, a raise at work, a sunny day, couldn't break through the fog of his negative mind. He became the person who found problems in every solution, complaints in every situation. One evening, Sarah said something that shook him. "Daniel, I love you, but I can't keep waking up next to someone who hates waking up." That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. He stared at the ceiling, asking himself a question he'd been avoiding for years. When did I become this person? And how do I find my way back? The next morning, Daniel woke up at 5:30 a.m., unable to sleep. Instead of lying in bed with his thoughts, he did something unusual. He went for a walk. The city was still quiet. The sun hadn't fully risen. The air was cool and clean. In a small park, he saw an elderly man sitting on a bench, feeding birds. The man looked to be in his 70s, dressed simply, with a peaceful expression that seemed out of place in the rushed city. What struck Daniel was this: the old man was smiling. Not at anything in particular. Just smiling. Daniel found himself drawn to the bench. "Mind if I sit?" The old man gestured warmly. "Please." They sat in silence for a moment, watching the birds. Finally, Daniel spoke. "Can I ask you something? You look happy, genuinely happy. How?" The old man chuckled softly. "You think happiness is something you find? isn't it?" Daniel asked. "No, young man. Happiness is something you practice every single day." Daniel frowned. "Practice?" The old man nodded. "Tell me, what was your first thought when you woke up this morning?" Daniel hesitated. "Honestly, I thought, another day I have to get through. And yesterday? Pretty much the same. And the day before that?" Daniel realized with sudden clarity, every morning was the same. The same negative pattern, the same heavy feeling. The old man's voice was gentle but firm. "My friend, you've been training your mind to see problems. Every morning you practice negativity, and now you're very, very good at it." Those words hit Daniel like cold water. Training? He'd never thought of it that way. But it was true. Years of waking up negative had made negativity his default. Is there a way to untrain it? Daniel asked quietly. The old man smiled. "There is, and it starts with 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes every morning." The old man reached into his pocket and pulled out a small, worn notebook. He opened it to reveal pages filled with handwriting. "For the past 20 years," he said, "I've done the same thing every morning. Before I check my phone, before I think about my day, before I do anything else, I write 3 things I'm grateful for." Daniel looked skeptical. "That's it? Just writing things down?" The old man picked up 2 stones from the ground, one dark, one light. "Imagine your mind is like a garden. Every morning, you plant seeds. If you plant worry, fear, and complaint." He held up the dark stone. "That's what grows in your mind all day. But if you plant gratitude, appreciation, and awareness of goodness," he held up the light stone, "that grows instead." He placed both stones in Daniel's hands. "Right now, your garden is full of dark stones. You've been planting them for years. But here's the miracle. You can change what you plant, starting tomorrow." The old man explained the practice. Every morning, before your feet touch the floor, before you reach for your phone, you write 3 specific things you're grateful for. Not vague things like my health or my family. Specific moments, real things. He showed Daniel his own entry from that morning. 1. The way sunlight came through my window and warmed my face. 2. The smell of coffee brewing in my kitchen. 3. My neighbor's daughter waving at me yesterday. Small things? Daniel asked. "The smallest things," the old man confirmed, "because the small things are the life you're actually living. The big things, success, achievement, future goals, those are just ideas. But the small things, those are real. Those are now." "Here's what will happen," the old man continued. "The first few days will feel awkward. Your mind will resist. It will say, 'This is stupid. This doesn't change anything.' That's normal. Keep going. After a week, you'll notice you start looking for good things during the day, because you know you'll need 3 things to write tomorrow. After 2 weeks, you'll catch yourself appreciating moments as they happen. After a month, you'll realize your baseline mood has shifted, not because your life changed, because your attention changed." The old man closed his notebook and handed Daniel a blank one from his bag. 30 days, he said, just 30 days. Every morning, 3 things, specific, real, before anything else. Can you do that? Daniel held the notebook, feeling its weight. For the first time in years, he felt something that wasn't dread or anxiety. He felt curiosity. "I'll try," he said. The old man smiled. "Good. Now go home. Tomorrow morning is your first practice." Day 1. Daniel woke up at 6 a.m. His first instinct was to reach for his phone, But he stopped. He picked up the notebook instead. He stared at the blank page. His mind went blank. What am I grateful for? Finally, he wrote, 1. I woke up today. 2. The bed was comfortable. 3. Sarah is still here. It felt awkward, forced. But he did it. Day 5. The entries were getting slightly more specific. 1. The way Sarah laughed at my joke last night. 2. My morning coffee was perfect temperature. 3. No traffic on my commute yesterday. He still didn't feel different, but he kept going. Day 12. Something shifted. Daniel was at work in a frustrating meeting when he noticed the sunlight coming through the window, creating patterns on the wall. Without thinking, he felt a small flicker of appreciation. That's beautiful, he thought. And then he realized, I'll write about that tomorrow. For the first time, he was actively looking for beauty instead of problems. Day 17. His entries became richer. 1. The sound of rain this morning. It felt like the world was being washed clean. 2. My colleague brought extra coffee for the team without being asked. 3. I noticed how green the trees are becoming. Spring is coming, Sarah noticed too. You seem lighter lately. What changed? Daniel showed her the notebook. She read a few pages, tears forming in her eyes. Daniel, she whispered, you're coming back. Day 25. Daniel woke up before his alarm, not because he had to, because he wanted to. He was excited to write his gratitude. That morning he wrote, 1. I woke up excited for the day. I can't remember the last time that happened. 2. Sarah sleeping peacefully next to me. 3. The fact that I'm learning I have control over my mind. Day 30. Daniel returned to the park at 5:30 a.m. The old man was there, feeding birds as always. Daniel sat beside him, holding out the filled notebook. I did it, he said. 30 days. The old man smiled and, you were right, everything changed. Not my circumstances, those are mostly the same. But I changed. I see differently now, feel differently. Daniel's voice cracked slightly. I didn't realize how much I'd lost until I started finding it again. Joy, appreciation, the ability to be present. I thought they were gone forever. The old man placed a hand on Daniel's shoulder. They were never gone, my friend. They were just buried under years of practiced negativity. You simply chose to practice something else. What do I do now? Daniel asked. Keep going? Forever, the old man said simply. This isn't a 30-day challenge. This is a way of life. Some days will be harder than others. Some mornings you'll have to search longer for those 3 things, but they're always there, always. 6 months later, Daniel still writes his 3 gratitudes every morning. It's no longer forced. It's become as natural as breathing. His relationship with Sarah is stronger. His work hasn't changed, but his experience of work has. He still has bad days, but they don't consume him like before. And every few weeks, he meets the old man in the park, and they sit in peaceful silence, watching the world wake up together. My friend, Daniel's story is your story. It's my story. It's the story of anyone who has forgotten how to appreciate the life they're living while chasing the life they think they want. Here's the truth that changed Daniel's life. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can control where you place your attention, and where you place your attention determines your experience of life. Right now, you have a choice. You can wake up tomorrow the same way you woke up today, reaching for your phone, filling your mind with news and notifications, starting the day reactive and anxious. Or you can try something different. Here's what I want you to do. Tonight, before you sleep, place a notebook and pen next to your bed. Not your phone. A notebook. Tomorrow morning, before your feet touch the floor, before you check any device. Write 3 specific things you're grateful for from yesterday. Not vague, specific. The way your coffee tasted, the smile from a stranger, the comfort of your pillow, the fact that you can see, hear, breathe. Do this every morning for 30 days. I promise you this. If you commit to this practice, you won't just change your mornings. You'll change your life. Not because life gets easier, but because you get better at seeing the good that's already there. If this story touched you, if you're ready to transform your mornings and your mind, share this video with someone who needs this message. Drop a comment with the first thing you're grateful for right now, even if it's small. Let's practice together. I'll be back with another story to help you grow. Until then, remember, life doesn't get better by chance. It gets better by choice, and that choice begins the moment you wake up tomorrow. Your 5 minutes of gratitude can change everything. Wake up grateful, stay patient, keep growing,